He has published several bilingual and trilingual books with Islamic finance as the main topics. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome for member of National Sharia Board, Indonesian Council of Ulamas, Muhammad Gunawan Yasmi, SAAK, MM, CIFA, FIIS, CRP, CA.
Thank you very much for the a bit long but nice introduction of myself from Mbak MC there. Let me just... All right. Honorable Minister of Religious Affairs, Mr. Yakut Khalil Kaumas, Honorable Sahibul Makan, I would say Sahibul Makan or Sahibul Bait, Deputy Governor of Central Bank of Indonesia, represented by Mr. Arif Hartawan, and of course, Honorable CEO of BPJPH, my friend Mr. Akil Irham, and Honorable host and mentor, Professor Sapta Nirwandar, over there. Thank you very much, Pak Sapta. And distinguished speakers and attendees that I cannot name one by one. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bismillah, alhamdulillah, la hawla wa la quwata illa billah, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad wa ba'd. So, in this session, I believe that each speakers, we have 5 speakers, inshallah. They have been informed by the committee that they will have around 15 minutes each. But because of this is the Umul Ayyam, I would say, the Friday, and all men, we should attend the Friday prayer. So, my apology to you all 5 speakers. I must cut the time for each one of you, only for 10 minutes of presentations, okay? All right. Without further ado, I would like to call to the stage Bapak Roy Nicholas Mande. Please come to the stage, Pak Roy. Big applause to Pak Roy. A big man also. All right, and next is Pak Sancoyo Antarikso. Pak Sancoyo Antarikso, big applause for Pak Sancoyo. And Pak Arianto Sofyan, my long friend of the Halal Hotel, Sharia Hotel. And next is Pak Ifat Hista Saputra. Please come to the stage, Pak Hista. And last but not least, Brother Banardi Rahmat. Please come to the stage. Okay. Yes, this is the 5 distinguished honorable speakers. Right, let me just give some introduction first to Pak Roy Nicholas Mande. He is the chairman of Indonesia Retail Association, or APRINDO, Asosiasi Pengusaha Retail Indonesia, ya Pak ya. And he is also the head of Permanent Commission on Domestic Trade, Commerce and Consumer Protection of Indonesia Chamber of Commerce, Kadin, from 2021 until now, okay. And vice chairman of Federation Asia Pacific Retail Association, FAPRA, from 2019 to now. And head delegation for Indonesia Retailer in World Retail Congress, WRC, UK, from 2019 to now. And next speaker will be Pak Sancoyo Antarikso. He has been the chairman of Perkosmi, Indonesia Cosmetics Association, since 2018, after previously serving as the Secretary General of the organization. And Pak Sancoyo is currently an independent commissioner of PT Daria Varia Laboratoria, TBK, public owned company, and a commissioner of PT Upfield Indonesia. And he previously worked for PT Unilever Indonesia TBK for over 30 years. Wow. Most recently as Governance and Corporate Affairs Director and Corporate Secretary. And of course, he was also in charge of the company's halal management in this capacity. So we have a very good resource person for today. And next is Pak Rianto Sofyan, my long, my long friend from how was it, Pak? Since 1990s, I guess, right? Yeah, 1990s. So Pak Rianto has more than 40 years of hotel and property business, more than 30 years focusing in the Muslim-friendly hospitality or halal hospitality, yeah? Not just a Muslim-friendly. And of course, also halal tourism. And Pak Rianto successfully developing management and transformation strategy to implement the halal or the Sharia compliance concept, especially in the hotel, maintaining inclusivity so that it can be accepted by all market, not just the Muslims, of course, Pak. Okay. And next is Pak Ifat Hista Saputra. He is the board of committee of the raw pharmaceutical material industry, GP Pharmacy Indonesia. And last but not least, Brother Banardi Rahmat is the deputy director programming SCTV. So this is a very good opportunity to broaden our insights internationally as well as nationally. And he is also the director Indonesia Entertainment Group and Ajwa TV. So we have these 5 distinguished speakers. And I would like to give the time and place first to Pak Roy Mande. Again, I must apologize to you, Pak Roy. We can only have like less than 10 minutes for presentation. So time and place is yours, Pak Roy Mande, please.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hearty greetings for all of us. Our distinguished guests in this morning, Pak Sabta Nirwan is a chairman of the Indonesia Halal Lifestyle Center. Pak Akil, yang mungkin sedang keluar, as a chairman of the Badan Penyelenggara Jaminan Produk Halal. Our friend Mr. Rafi is a chairman of the Dinar Standard International. Nice to meet you. Assalamualaikum. And our friends from Turkey and Chile. Yes, nice to meet you again. And some colleagues in this place. Good morning. I would like to share about the topics which has been given to me. I want to share about the popularity of halal product in time crisis. I'm to be as a chairman of the Indonesia Retailer Association, and I'm very glad when I be with all of you in this morning, and allow me to share around the 5 or 6 pages in this morning. Okay, yeah, this is the slide. We are the Indonesia Retailer Association. We have around 600 members among the nationwide, and we also have almost 50,000 stores from the East Indonesia to the West Indonesia. We attend at any province and multiplicity at the region of the Indonesia. So greetings from our members to all of you. Okay, I will talk about the part 1, how the halal food becomes the popular. How the halal food becomes popular during a pandemic. As we know that the global halal food beverage market size was $1.6 1.96 trillion USD in 2020, and there has been a significant impact of COVID-19 pandemic on the global halal food and beverage market, ultimately disrupting the global supply chain. Yeah. But after the global market exhibited a decrease of 16% in 2020 compared to average year-on-year growth during 2017 and 2019, so the market is projected to grow to 3.27 trillion US dollar in 2028, yeah, exhibiting in a CAGR 6.56%, yeah, during the forecast period 2021-2028. The rise in projected is because, yeah, this is the reason of the rise in the projected. The first is a growth in demand for halal products across Islamic countries and Muslim population. The halal food and beverage industry is witnessing prominent growth across the globe, and the increasing Muslim population worldwide and the growing consumer concerns regarding food safety, animal cruelty, food quality also have significantly increased the demand for halal food and beverage. So the key market insights, we see that the continuously expanding distribution network and the evaluation in consumer buying patterns are expected further to drive the global market in the upcoming years. So what's the driving factors? We see that the rising of population is the number one, when the Islamic population is the fastest growing by globally, which positively affects the global demand for halal product or halal industry. And the second, we see that the shifting consumer awareness to drive market growth. There is an emerging trend of consuming now impact on the development of the market during pandemic, yeah. Such products for hygienic, yeah, safety, and lifestyle chains across the world have been significantly reflected in the evolution of shopping, cooking, and dietary habits. And the third, we see that expansion of the halal certified product as one of the portfolio to further fuel market growth. The market has evolved in the past few years due to the rapid expansion of retail distribution channels, and the manufacturers and retail stores have begun to offer a wide range of the halal food products across various developing and developed markets. The part second, how the retail association, we are to be as a retail associations, commit to serve halal certified products. Aprindo have some commitment to achieve target for any various product in retail stores. Yeah, we have to be as an association for the Indonesian retailers. Yeah, almost the 50,000 stores. To achieve target for any various product in retail store have halal certified products and also the retailer store itself. Collaboration have signed among Aprindo and the BPJPH for together hand on hand achieve most of products already have certified halal in product in 2024. So the key are synergize and collaboration with any stakeholder, socialization and campaign for halal products, and we want to accelerate that halal certified products as a one of condition to enter retailers. Okay, and this is the resume and opinion, our opinion for empowering Indonesian halal products. The first, we have to initiative to enter of ecosystem global halal hub. And we declare it, we want to be as a part of the global halal hub. And the second change in the paradigm for the consumer to the producer halal. So any of the small medium enterprise right now in the retail store in Indonesia, we urge and push to them to make a realize of the certified halal as to be as a producer halal. And the third, breakthrough from the local to enter the global market. So we aim the next year of the Indonesia Sharia Economic Festival, we want to defile any small medium enterprise whose has been exported at the foreign countries from the Asia, Europe, and state and another countries. And the last, all stakeholders, such as we call it the pentahelix, the government, the academician, the community, media, also the society needs synergy and going together, mutual support. Okay, that's my presentation. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So, to the conclusion, perhaps it's as it is said in the beginning, halal industry in Indonesia is like having the hidden blessing during the pandemic, ya Pak. So, the popularity of halal food in the times of crisis is going up, probably because the COVID-19 was triggered by the eating not a very good meat from a certain animal. So this is a very good time for, to get popular with the halal food and everything. All right, the next speaker will be Pak Sancoyo Antarikso. He's going to talk about the growth of halal beauty. Wow, the halal beauty is growing now, Pak. Ya? So time and place is yours, Pak Sancoyo. Big applause for Pak Sancoyo.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Yang terhormat Pak Sabta Nirwandar, distinguished guests and participants, fellow panelists. I structured my 10 minutes presentation, so I start my stopwatch into 3 sections. Can I have the slide, please? To set the context, I will start talking about cosmetics in Indonesia, how it is defined, the market itself, then move on to the halal cosmetics in Indonesia, why, and the opportunity, and a few final remarks. So, ladies and gentlemen, when you hear a word of cosmetic, what do you have in mind? Women, makeup, face care, skin care. But actually, cosmetics in Indonesia is larger than that. So according to Badan POM, or Indonesian FDA and Ministry of Health, cosmetics are a product intended for use on the outside of the human body or on the teeth and mucous membranes of the mouth. So basically, cosmetics is more than just a makeup. So it's including soap, including toothpaste, including body lotion, shampoo, etc., and so forth. Ministry of Health definition is also aligned with the Badan POM, but it adds that cosmetics is not intended to cure or treat a disease, so it's not a drug. So the Indonesia Standard Industrial Classification 2022 is also aligned with both Badan POM and Ministry of Health definition. It is, however, explained the usage is for humans. So I think it is important to start by the definition of cosmetic, because we understand how big or how broad is cosmetics in Indonesia. So it is used by baby until people died from cradle to grave. It is used by male and female 24/7, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So that's cosmetics. Ladies and gentlemen, ibu bapak sekalian, cosmetics in Indonesia, or some of the institutions mentioning call it beauty and personal care. In 2022, the market size is estimated at 6.3 billion US dollar, with the estimation of compounded annual growth rate from 22 to 26, close to 6%, which I believe if the mobility is coming back, we could beat that number. So that's the estimation from Statista.com. However, pandemics did really hit the category in 2022 when we experienced negative growth. However, in 2021, if you look at the chart, you can see that the distribution permit or nomor izin edar issued by the Badan POM increased by close to 25%. And it is a testament that during the pandemic, the industry continues to innovate according to the needs of the consumers. The distribution permit in 2022, I also believe that it will surpass what issued in 2021. The other good numbers to share is that LPPOM MUI, one of the oldest LPH or the Halal inspection agencies, and by far is the largest, data showing that from 2019 to 2021, the ketetapan halal or halal decree for cosmetics products increased by 59%, almost 60%. Yeah, and the first 9 months figures showing that it's already surpassed the full year to 2021 by 13.5%. So it's showing that the cosmetic industry in Indonesia are moving towards the halal cosmetics. As I mentioned earlier, the pandemic impacted the behavior of consumers, which had to be responded to by the industry. So let's take the beauty category as an example. Consumer adapted their beauty routine to fit mobility. In 2022, consumers of beauty did a lot of self-pampering and experimentation at home. Therefore, products like serum or face masks are very popular, but less for makeup because they stay at home. 2021 is the year where consumers are trying to understand their skin problem, what the solutions, what the goals, and it shows that, for instance, the definition of bright has evolved from white to the healthy glowing. Yeah. So also for sunscreen, for instance, it's not just protecting from sun, but it's also reducing the skin tone, the different in skin tone. Also preventing premature aging. This year, as we have almost ending the pandemic, then people are people are outside the house, so that a lot of product like makeup, like skincare, fragrance, hair colorants are back to the business. Ladies and gentlemen, it's also interesting that Statista is also estimated that this year the online sales will reach 15.8% contribution, and this is also aligned with the report from Kantar that beauty sector is driven by online sales. And this trend is actually accelerated by the pandemic. It is also heartening to see that if we look at the report from Compass is the e-commerce market research, you will see that a lot of local indie brands are dominating the local sales online. And most of them are already halal certified. Another characteristics of Indonesian cosmetic product is most of the players are small and medium enterprises. The cosmetic industry, the growth of cosmetic industry are basically supported by the huge and young population, the urbanization, and the increase of consuming class. So because in most of the category under beauty and personal care, the growth will also align with the increasing of wealth. So last year, Indonesia GDP is about 4,200 US dollar per capita, and the government is really targeting by 2045, it will reach 29,000. So this will definitely support the growth of the cosmetic in Indonesia. Now, why halal cosmetics? I think there are two reasons. One is religious and the other one is legalistic. The first 2 points are self-explanatory, but I would like to draw attention that cosmetics is part of the product that by two laws are mandated to be halal certified. For cosmetics, it will be after 17th of October 2026, it has to be halal certified. So we have we have still 4 years to comply to that. And the opportunity for Halal Cosmetics is huge. These are the factors that supporting this growth. The Indonesia is world most populous Muslim majority countries, and then as mentioned by the previous speakers, Indonesia is the highest in terms of spending halal products and services. Cosmetics is also globally is also thriving, and the fourth factor is that the increasing of religious awareness among Muslims in Indonesia. And last but not least, the government is really putting a lot of effort to realize the Indonesia halal vision. So, final remarks. The opportunities are there. Consumers want it, and the government requires it. So, based on my experience with the company, the cosmetic companies in Indonesia, I think tone from the top is very important. Tone from the top of management, because I believe that halal has to be embedded at every stage in the product design. And as the pandemic gave us lessons, innovation is a key. Yeah, some of the habits during the pandemic will stay. The consumers are becoming more sophisticated. So again, reiterate the fact that the innovation is key. And as Pak Roy also mentioned, all stakeholders must march forward in harmony. So collaboration is key to materialize the vision. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Pak Sanchoyo. Big applause to Pak Sanchoyo. Wow, so I think halal lipstick is raising up during the pandemic. All right. Next, I would like to give the time and place for Pak Rianto Sofyan, talking about, of course, halal or Muslim-friendly tourism, Pak. Time and place is yours, Pak.
Yang terhormat Pak Sabta, Bapak Ibu, yang kami hormati, distinguished participants, speakers, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning to you all. First of all, I would like to extend my gratitude to the Bank Indonesia and also BPJPH in giving me the chance, representing also the Perkumpulan Pariwisata Halal Indonesia, Indonesia Halal Tourism Associations. So, in giving the perspective of the hidden blessing from the pandemic to the halal industry, specifically for the tourism industry. And my presentation, please. Okay. Let me begin with giving a brief overview on the tourism industry. Tourism industry is actually one of the, according to World Bank, one is the most efficient and also faster in contributing to the economic development in one country. According to the World Trade Organization, it's actually involving about 185 businesses related to the tourism industry, which all of them are within the reach of the SME, the small and medium enterprises. And the interesting thing also for the tourism industry is contribute, according to the World Trade Organization, contributes about 30 to 40% of the world trade, the global trade, and about 10% of the world GDP. So you can see the economic impact of the tourism industry is actually driving all the sectors in the economy, also the product or the food and everything. And in terms of the tourism industry, the outbound tourist is also one of the biggest. Actually, it is the biggest, bigger from the tourists outbound from China. In 2019, just before the pandemic, we have about 155 million outbound tourists from China. But in 2019, about 200 million of Muslim travelers traveling around the world. So this is one of the largest, the largest source of the outbound tourists from every country. And as we look back in the development of halal tourism in Indonesia, this is also contributes a lot on the development of tourism industry as a whole. The halal tourism contributes about 20% of the incoming tourists or the international tourist arrivals, which is about 3.2 million in 2019. And the interesting part is one of the province, it's well known as Lombok, the Western Southern Negara, when they changed the branding of the Lombok Island from the sister of Bali to the world best halal tourism destination, me and Pak Sabta is contributing to this change. And Alhamdulillah, with only a small amount of strategic initiative, it costs about 5 to 6 billion rupiah in developing the technical assistance, also capacity building, and how to serve Muslim travelers, and also how to get this halal certification. The next year, after the Lombok has achieved the award as the World Best Halal Tourism Destination Award from the Abu Dhabi Tourism Authority, and the Minister of Arab Leagues conducting the World Halal Travel Award Summit in Abu Dhabi, the incoming tourists, international tourists, increased by 32%, about 40%, and also the domestic tourists also increased by 40%. And the Lombok contributes to about 6 trillion rupiah in the foreign exchange income, and also increase about 600 billion rupiah in local province income. So you can see here also, according to one of the unicorn of Indonesia, Traveloka, there's been a very significant increase of halal hotel or halal-friendly hotels, about 100% growth from 2015 to 2017. Of course, the tourism sector is the hardest hit during the pandemic. And as we can see, there's a 5 mega shift in consumer behavior, which is more into digitalization and also more to the safety and health conscious, more to the what you call it, the responsible consumption and well-being resolution and everything. And also, as compiled by the Minister of Tourism, but 10 mega trend of tourism and from the UNWTO, United Nations of World Tourism Organization, I think we can really merge into the characteristic of the new normal of tourism, which is mostly to the family-friendly tourism and also responsible tourism. And then also the tourism theme will be more into the safety and responsible tourism. And most likely, all of these traits is actually the characteristic of the halal tourism. So in other words, the next new normal mega trends of tourism is just like halal tourism goes mainstream, because this is actually the concept of the halal tourism itself is, we call it the rahmatan lil alamin. It's not only good for Muslim, the theme of itself is actually good for all the mankind. So, of course, into how we're going to capitalize on these next themes of the tourism, when we want to revive, I think, first of all, the industry player has to sustain or survive. So there are three main factors that we face during the pandemic, because our income really plummeted to zero in 2020. Yeah, a lot of hotels closed. About 7,000 travel agents also closed. Alhamdulillah, we survived in 2 years. We do the fasting. I mean, we don't have any income at all, but the overhead we still have to sustain. So what we have to do is we have to address what is the cash flow management, and then also the new landscape of marketing and business, and also the uncertainty. So what we do is we do overhaul of the business model, and then also digitalization, and of course the financial restructuring. And with this limitation, we do the innovation and also collaboration. So in reviving the tourism industry, we capitalize on the culinary and fashion, the creative economy, and we focus on the community-based tourism, yeah, because it brings really most into the nature and culture, which is now mostly the trends of the tourism move from the mass tourism to the quality tourism. And of course, with new nuances and lifestyle experience, bringing the wellness and also events like sport tourism to be capitalized in reviving the industry. I think that's all what I'm going to say, because we are optimists that the halal tourism will contribute on the advancement and the growth, reviving and the growth of the halal industry, because it's really, we have a big market, and also the sustainable of the growth of the halal industry itself. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Big applause and thank you very much, Pak Rianto Sofyan. So the conclusion will be halal tourism is not just for the Muslims, but also for the non-Muslims, because halal tourism is friendly for everyone, right? Okay. All right, Pak Rianto. Next we will have Pak Irfat Hista Saputra. He's going to talk about halal by design and the making of halal vaccine, because we just, in the brink of overcoming the pandemic, inshallah, not just for long, yeah, Pak. And the halal vaccine is everything, because when everybody would like to be able to overcome the disease, usually they ask for the vaccine or the drugs, and it has to be halal. So without further ado, I would like to give time and place to Pak Hesta to present what is need to be presented. And please remember, Pak, please be less than 10 minutes. Okay. Time and place is yours, Pak.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good day, everyone. My name is Irfat. You can call me Irfat Saputra. Definitely I'm Muslim, inshallah. Okay. Currently, I'm representing of Association of Pharmaceutical Company Indonesia. Actually, I'm together with my colleagues, but Ibu Iin, maybe if you look at on the behind, Ibu Iin, raise your hand, Ibu Iin. Ibu Iin coming from Bio Farma Vaccine, Indonesia. Thank you, Ibu Iin, for presenting here. Together we will present what will be or what is the content of the vaccine and the medicine of halal by our perspective in the pharmaceutical industry. Let's start. May I the presentation, please? Okay. So the title is halal. Okay, you can start with the presentation. Can we start it? The operator. Okay, while we're waiting the presentation. Okay, first, sorry, I have to go back first. This one. Can we go back to the first slide, please, or I have to do it this one? Okay, thank you very much. So, halal by design, making of halal vaccine, the important material of halal pharmacies in our products. Having pandemic, I don't think a Muslim country can produce vaccine. Yeah, I studied during my PhD. It's very, very sad that we don't have the vaccine industry in our Muslim countries, except Indonesia. So we have to give applause to Indonesia first. Okay, so we have the vaccine industry in Indonesia, which is Bio Farma. It's been so many, many years, and is credited as a halal vaccine. And then the next one. So what is the important, actually? Important is we have the legal base in Indonesia. Every product that produce, distribute, enter, circulate, and traded in territory of Indonesia must be halal certified. I think our colleague from Kementerian Agama or from BPJPH knows better than us, Pak. Thank you for this legislation. Okay, so what is the mapping or the architecture of the pharmaceutical Indonesia? Indonesia is very strong in pharmaceutical industry. We have more than 241 pharmaceutical industry. We are produced locally from generic up to the very sophisticated products of vaccine. Name it. For raw material, this is the one that our President, Mr. Jokowi, just mentioned, or our Minister, Pak Erick, or our Minister, Pak Budi Gunadi from Kementerian Kesehatan. We have to import it 95% of raw material to this country to produce the medicine, vaccine. This is the challenge for Indonesia, to me and to our colleague here. Only two companies so far, which is one is Karya Dayasa Farmasi, is me. We produce some products for the raw material, sodium chloride. We have also Kimia Pharma Sungwon. We also produce many raw material for pharmaceuticals. And we have the medicine. We have a lot of product and company in Indonesia, local one. And of course, recently, even by today, if you open the news, the President Jokowi will inaugurate the other vaccine company in Indonesia. Name is PT Etana Biotechnology Indonesia, meaning that we are independent now. We have the Bio Farma, we have Etana, we have vaksin merah putih from Biotis. So, any Muslim country need vaccine, talk to us. We do have it, vaccine. Thank you very much. Next one. So, by definition, I'm not going to detail, but everybody here understood very well. Halal. Halal is stated something permitted according to the Islamic law. It's allowed to be used and consumed by Muslim according to Islamic law, Sharia, and of course the opposite of haram. Haram is the term of state something is not permitted according to Islamic law. Najis is dirty, not pure according to the Islamic law. Context, do not use how to clean the facility into the contact with najis. I'm not going through the detail. I think all of you is the expert in this area. So what will be the haram materials? I'm not going also to the expert because you are all expert, even PTM, PPA just received it, the certification. So we understood pork, carrion, blood, animal slaughter, not mentioning in the name of Allah, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, khamir, alcohol, beverage, parts of human body. Wild animal, carnivore animal with sharp teeth, claws, amphibia, animal who live in a boat, land and water. Exception, all the coming from the sea. Type of najis, I also don't go through detail in this one because all of you are expert in here. But let's see. Okay. Now what will be the problem in pharmaceuticals? Sourcing. Yeah. First, we have more than three sourcing of pharmaceutical. We declare by two, active pharma ingredient, which is API. Second is excipient, which is supporting material. We have animals, we have human being, we have bacterial, we have plant, we have synthetic chemical and viruses. So we have to define which one is halal and haram in terms of to be used in our raw material in pharmaceuticals. Let's go through the details. Plants, we have a solvent extraction, alkaloid, sponic steroid, or fermentation of alcohol. Animal, this is clear, porcine is haram, bovine is halal, avian, amino acid, glycerol, peptone, enzyme, vitamin, blood, plasma serum, hormone, gelatin, fatty acid, and derivative. Okay, this is, we call it halal. Okay, microorganism, bacteria, growth media, component, antiform, fatty acid, virus, everything. Chemical, and of course, the only some part of human being that according to fatwa majelis ulama is okay or halal. We know now it's changed already, yeah. Okay, so this is the standard. I hope everyone here understood very well that we, Indonesia, established the standard. Thanks to all Majelis Ulama Indonesia, BPJPH, that we have the management of halal assurance, yeah. Meaning that we are serious taking this one, same exactly like ISO 9000, same exactly like ISO 22000. Anything about food, BRC certificate, we are serious taking the halal assurance management. This also apply in pharmaceuticals. I'm not going through details, but we have all in here. One the important thing is production material. Yeah. This production material have to be halal. Okay, cannot be cross contamination with the haram one. Okay, how to? We can discuss in detail later on. How to make it production facility halal. Everything is the same thing, yeah, including traceability, handling, and internal audit. Again, I will not going through details, but I believe every company has the quality assurance, QA manager, that in pharmaceutical, we're talking about regulation. We're talking about pharmaceutical CPOB, which is a standard of pharmaceutical in Indonesia, FDA, United States Pharmacopoeia, Europe Pharmacopoeia, and now we have to understand about the halal assurance in the standard of management of pharmaceuticals. So this is the challenge. Not all pharmacists understood very well about halal, okay? But they do understand about the pharmaceutical standard. That's our homework, to educate them. Then we have the step. How we do it? It's not easy. Yeah, I do understand that we have a lot of challenge. Because why? Because not all faculty of pharmacy teach about halal. Yes, faculty of the pangan or faculty of food, they teach about halal. But when it goes to the pharmaceutical, it's always subject to discussion. Yeah? Some with the mudarab, some with the daruriyat, some with halal, some with any other standard or any other fatwa or even the fiqh. We have to talk about the contemporary fiqh or traditional fiqh. Many things happen in here. Okay, so this is the short term, middle term, and long term. In the event, we want halal pharmacy consortium with related financial global. This is very important. All Islamic cooperation countries, we can learn together with Indonesia about the halal in pharmaceutical industry. We welcome. Okay, let's go to the detailed problem now. Okay, for those non-Muslim, I regret to inform you that I'm sorry, but this is the challenge. The challenge is coming from the portion, because this country imported many thousand million of gelatin, which is not coming from halal. Okay, what that will be? They become the capsule that we drink every day. Of course, we have the bovine. Of course, we have the cow one. But in the world, it's more easy to access the porcine from pork, become the capsules. So, I'm proud to inform you that University of IPB Bogor, together with Minister of Finance, LPDP Financing, and my company, we just recently finished the research how to make the gelatin from halal. Okay, not halam, which is halal and haram, no. We have to clear it, this is halal, okay? No longer dispute. What will be the material? Raw material pharmaceutical, capsule. Anyone in the world drink capsules. Yeah, we have soft capsule, we have hard capsules. So what will be the in cosmetic? We have food, raw material, emulsifier, thickness in cosmetic industries. Yeah, Pak, tentu ya. So gelatin is the answer. It's commonly used in everywhere. Unfortunately, some, or I should say more than 80-90% is not from halal sourcing. Let's look at this one. Indonesia, 1.6 million kilogram, 10.5 million US dollar we imported, meaning our devisa gone. Our kids eat the candy, marshmallow, eat everything day-to-day basis in the food. Coming from what? Look at cow, pork, yeah. We call it pork skin, 44%, pork, tulang babi, yeah, and then others, yeah. So this is the problem. Can we face it? Yes. Can we tackle it? Yes. Together with researcher. I'm coming from the businessman industriawan. I'm not the researcher, but I'm willing to work with any researcher to develop the Muslim raw material, food, and pharmaceutical halal. Okay? This is the solution. Fish. Okay? Make it real. Fish. Fish is the only one that can become the gelatin. We have the technology, we have the patent, we have the machine, we have everything here. So those countries who want to develop together with us for gelatin capsule, let's talk with us. For those countries in Islamic countries who want to do the transfer tech or transfer knowledge of pharmaceutical, how to make pharmaceutical halal, talk with us for the infusion, for the medicine, solid, liquid, and anything. So we have all the expert here. So from this one, I should say thank you for this today presentation, Pak. Yeah, I hope now we have clarity that Indonesia is better now for pharmaceutical, both in vaccine and medicine. Thank you.
Amin, inshallah. Thank you very much, Pak Irfat Hista Saputra, Board of Committee of the Raw Pharmaceutical Material Industry, GP Pharmacy Indonesia. So we have discussed on the halal food. We have discussed on the halal beauty. We have discussed on the halal tourism. We have discussed the halal vaccine, of course. I think now is the time and place for Brother Banardi Rahmat to talk about media recreation and how to broadcast the message of halal through film and series as media for da'wah. So, Brother Banardi Rahmat, time and place is yours to present what you need to present.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillahirrahmanirrahim. Wa bihi nasta'inu ala umuri dunya waddin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajmain. Amma ba'du. First of all, thank you for inviting me from Bank Indonesia and also BP JPH and also the committee. And hopefully I can share you about something from the media side. And I don't know how to connecting media content to halal certificate, but I'll try my best to maybe find the angle from the from the Muslim content in the media. So I also as the last speaker, and hopefully I can do my best to make it faster. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, as we know that, for 2 years, more than 2 years, we are in the uncertainty situation in the COVID pandemic, and right now we are in the different life. Yeah. All of our life is different than before, including how we consume the media, how we get the information, how do we get the entertainment from the media, also different way. During pandemic, we can see here the survey that 45% watching more TV on broadcast, 45% people spending more time for WhatsApp, Facebook, Messenger, on something like that, and also 51% more watching shows or film streaming services through Netflix and the digital media, and also 44% of the respondents spending longer time on social media. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and so on. And also 36% spending more time on computer and video games. That's the reality, and I think continue until now that we consume more on this kind of social media and also digital media. So in the past, we know traditional media, TV, magazine, newspaper, radio, and also magazine, newspaper. But right now, new media, many type of media coming, and I think pandemic is one of the the moment of rising of this kind of media. So I think, I don't know, do you agree with this? But 51% of Indonesia population watching YouTube at the moment. Also 42 watch TikTok. Everyone access the information, access the entertainment from TikTok with short kind of content. So that's the situation today. How about Netflix itself? This is the biggest or the giant OTT streaming platform in the world, increasing very significant from Q1 2017 into Q1 2022, increased very significant. And I think also pandemic is boosting the habit of watching the film or the content through the online online platform like Netflix. How about local player? This is the best or the biggest OTT platform in Indonesia. Video also becoming #1 in the Southeast Asia, beating Disney and Netflix. This is also because of pandemic, I think, yeah. Because the pandemic changing us about the habit to watching or to access the media or entertainment and also information. So this is the situation. And how about the traditional media itself? If we say in Indonesia, I think we also agree that TV is still very powerful. The highest penetration in Indonesia is still TV. This is the data from the government, yeah. And also internet at the moment 62%, and others, newspaper 70%, radio 10%, magazine and tabloid 5%. But if I get the other source of data, internet penetration is higher and even more higher than national TV penetration. I think, I don't know, this is correct or not, but I agree that today, internet penetration is very high, and everyone can access the internet from everywhere. Yeah. But the problem is maybe for internet is still the price of the data itself. But I trust maybe when the price of data getting lower, and then the penetration will be higher. It means in Indonesia there are two type of the media that's still very powerful in Indonesia. The first one is about TV. Why? Because of still free to access and also the reach across Indonesia. And the second one is something basis internet access. About the social media, about the digital media, I think will be rising and rising on this. Yeah. Okay, and this is the data that still show the TV is still powerful in Indonesia during the pandemic, before, during, and at the moment. So TV is one of the powerful media in Indonesia. How about that's about the penetration. How about the advertising or the market in the industry? Yeah, actually, COVID is deeply pushed us, in the industry, especially for TV, for offline TV or for analog TV. In 2020, the COVID starting at that year, we decreased 10%. Yeah. And then after that, 2021 increased by 8.7%, but because of the recovery at the time and also the low base on 2020, so we can increase. Yeah. And again, slowing down in 2022 because of the economic issue, and also in the TV industry right now we are facing in the analog switch off. That's still uncertainty. How will become? How is the situation after the analog switch off? Because for your illustration, that right now we have 14 TV station in Indonesia, national TV station in Indonesia, and when the analog switch off and becoming digital, it will be another 36 channels more. So market still wait and see. Maybe also the slowing market in 2022 because of that also. And the prediction for next year is increasing by 1.2% for free-to-air in Indonesia. But if you see the digital or the social media increasing. So I can tell you that during pandemic, traditional media still survive, but the digital media increasing. So this is actually pandemic change, the habit change, the way for the people access the media, and change into digital media right now. How to handle the pandemic situation at that time? I can share about my experience or our experience in SCTV, because at that moment actually we are in the uncertainty situation, in the difficult situation to produce the fresh content because of the high cost of COVID protocol and also the quarantine. So we have to reduce our fresh content at that moment in 2020. Yeah, it means we have to make it more secure for us, or the safety reason because of the pandemic. And the second one is about the efficiency reason. So we have to reduce our quality, because we have to rerun our program to make it more efficient. And then in 2021, when we got the formula or the way to produce with the safety method or safety model, and then we can increasing our fresh content and increasing our budget. And right now we are back to normal, even more than 2019 before the pandemic. So hopefully it will be better and better, and we can serve the content to the audience better. Okay, how to connect to the Muslim content? Because I don't know, I think no certified halal for the content industry, but I will try to connect with the Muslim content. FBC, yeah, I think all here know that Indonesia is the biggest or the largest Muslim country in the world, with 87% of our population is Muslim, and the supply of the Muslim content itself in the TV, I'm sorry, I only have a data from the TV side, only 5% of Muslim content. So it means very, very small in terms of the comparison of the population of Muslim in Indonesia. 5% to compare to 95%. And increasing on Ramadan, yeah, 19%. Why? I don't know, maybe Muslim want to be a better Muslim during Ramadan because of the multiplying of rewards during Ramadan from Allah. But actually in Ramadan there are higher spending, higher consumption, and also extended time during early morning because of the people doing sahur, yeah, in the early morning. So increasing also the Muslim content and in Ramadan. But I can say here that 5% for Muslim content is still very small. So this is the opportunity for us to increasing the Muslim content in the media. Of course, I think less than 19% from ideal, because still general entertainment, general content is still interesting for the audience as a general also. Okay, so what is the successful type of Muslim content? If we see the rating, if we see the duration in the TV, so series drama is still very, entertaining, very attractive for our audience. Yeah. And also the second one is about talent search, yeah, about entertainment content. Why? Yeah, basically our audience watching television for recreation, for getting something interesting and entertaining. So not serious, not so serious, not so patronizing. So yeah, I think the formula for the Muslim content, if we want to get the huge reach of the audience, is we can repackage, we can packaging something more entertaining and light. So yeah, religion is talking about something serious, of course, heaven and hell, right and wrong, and halal and haram. But if we can package into more entertaining and light, I think will be huge attractive for our audience. So that's the formula for the content. And this is our success story to create I think the most successful Muslim content in Indonesia, Para Pencari Tuhan. It has been running for 15 seasons or 15 years, yeah, Para Pencari Tuhan. What is the formula? I can skip here. Yeah. This is the formula, and basically it's about how to deliver the religious, the Muslim content, the Islamic content with the simple and light way. Yeah. So the message can be packaging into more light and entertainment, and not so patronizing, because everyone, if talking about something serious about religion, and then maybe reluctant to accept the value. Okay, this is our also journey to see the opportunity of the market of Muslim content in Indonesia. So in our group, we are also preparing Ajwa TV. This is already running for 2 years. And the channel, this new channel is focused on Muslim channel with many types of the content, preaching, drama, Islamic news, live event. For example, like next month, we also as a media partner for MTQ Nasional in Kalimantan Selatan, and also FVC in Saudi Arabia, they have Al-Quran Al-Karim that broadcasting from Makkah or from Masjidil Haram. We also broadcasting 5-time prayers from Masjid Istiqlal as a live. So this is our vision to make it, our channel is as a Rahmatan Lil Alamin channel, or as a cermin indahnya Islam, or as a mirror of the beauty of Islam. So we are in the middle side of Islam, not so liberal or not so radical, so we are in the middle of the Islam. So in terms of the performance among other religion channel and video, our OTT platform, this is the best performance. So hopefully it will be increasing, and we are preparing our resources, our infrastructure to promote into the digital terrestrial TV after the digital switch on maybe next month. Okay, this is also the data that, again, Ramadan is the best moment to Islamic content, to Muslim content. Maybe if you have something to launch, I think Ramadan is the best moment because of Ramadan everywhere, everyone watching about Islamic content or Muslim content. So this is my last page of presentation. If I can wrap up, the first one, COVID pandemic has speed up the shift from offline to digital economy. I think we all agree here. And also in the content industry, this is also happening. Media transform into many types of platform, but however, media needs the content to deliver and amplify it. So content is still the king. So if we have IP, if we have content, and then media will coming, capturing, and deliver and amplify it or broadcasting. Islamic content in media has high potential to be developed more. Yeah, as I mentioned, only 5% at the moment, and hopefully can be increased. And this is the big opportunity for us as a halal in the halal industry to make it the content that interesting for our audience. Choosing the type of the content and media to be used will be determine the effectiveness and success in deliver message of da'wah or Muslim content. This is also important because, as I said before, there are two types of media that right now in the highest penetration in Indonesia. If we can use that, and then the effectiveness of our message will be higher possibility to accept by our audience. And Ramadan is the golden period of Muslim content. So if we have Muslim content or Islamic content, I think the best period to launch, to campaign is in the Ramadan, because the hype and also awareness people for Muslim content is higher on that period. And the last one is about the future opportunities for Muslim content. We can, we can see here TV is still potential, digital content also potential, movie. I think we now see that in the cinema happening, and I think we'll be coming again with Islamic content of movie. From the biopic, novel adaptation, or film adaptation. And the last one, I think, off-air event also happening again, and hopefully halal industry also happening with halal off-air event. Thank you for the time, thank you for your attention. I apologize if any mistake. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Big applause for all speakers, 5 speakers. They have delivered very good presentations and messages, I guess. And I have the time now is 11:32. And for the sake of Friday prayer, I guess, I must cut the time. And I'm so sorry that I cannot give the question and answer session, because we have only like less than 3-4 minutes before we should end the session. So I guess we have learned from the presentations of all speakers that the time of crisis during the pandemic, now is during the war, perhaps we can manage to go deeper into the network, like South and South network, East and East network, because there is some war going on in the West, and I think it's getting bigger. So the lesson learned also, the halal industry is really growing, even in the time of crisis. Thanks to Allah for that, for giving us the good lesson. And I think all speakers subsequently were talking about that also. So this is actually an opportunity for all of us doing the halal thing, in traveling, in the food, in beauty products, in the vaccine making, so in almost everything in our everyday life. So that was my conclusion, I guess, from all of the things that have been presented by all the speakers. So I would like to give the stage to the mistress of ceremony again, Sister Rahma. But before that, I would like to say, Nafu minkum, Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, Bapak Muhammad Gunawan Yasni and all distinguished speakers. Kindly remain on stage. Bapak-bapak, please remain on stage for photo session. Yes. The photo session will be conducted by committee. Please prepare your warmest smile, Bapak-bapak. Okay, let's take a group photo first. On the count of 3, 3, 2, 1. Okay, one more. 3, 2, 1. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. That was very enriching discussion today. Thank you so much. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, the 4th International Halal Dialogue 2022 will be resumed after the break. And as we are approaching Jumat prayer time, we would like to inform you that the Jumat prayer will be held in the plenary hall. Once again, we would like to inform you that the Jumat prayer will be held in the plenary hall and lunch for all participants will be served at Kasuari Room. And particularly for speakers and moderator, please head over to Summit Room for lunch. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you on 1 p.m. sharp, Jakarta time, for the second discussion session with an engaging theme of Global Halal Update. Now, I'm Rahma Hayuningdia signing off. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. See you soon. Enjoy your lunch. Thank you.